Hey there, it's Linda Cromar. I'm coming to you from my home office in Colorado. And today we're going to talk about why it's important not to pin your hopes on other people and how to not be ever disappointed about the results of someone else in your business. You know, that is important. The only results that you can actually control are your own personal activity and results from that activity. You cannot control what someone else does. And believe me, unfortunately, there's a lot of times when they're going to actually really let you down. I've had several people quit recently. I think it's something about January 1st, whereas a lot of people will do resolutions and make decisions that is going to change their lives. Whether or not they keep them or not doesn't matter at this point. What matters is that is also where a lot of the time people quit. They give up on things they think they have done a lot on, but a lot of the time they haven't made any kind of real change in their life or any real action. And so therefore it actually does not support their decision to quit. But on the other hand, unless you have a way to help them see where they're going, and you can't berate them or force them to stay, obviously, then you have to make a decision. Are you going to let that person's doubt and fear and lack of activity start to change your results? Or are you going to move on and just work on attracting better people that are serious about their business enough not to give up so quickly? Unfortunately, some people will even pay for something that they said they wanted and yet still not take any action. I've seen a lot of people do that. They don't promote it, they don't get anything from it, and they give up. You know, one thing that I have realized is very important, and I hope that you see what I'm saying, is that when you decide to do any kind of business, you know, you've heard the saying, be a product of the product. You have to decide that what you are promoting is valuable enough that you would actually buy it, even if there was no compensation involved with it. Think about that. Let me repeat it because it's valuable. I've heard this way back in the very beginning when I first started doing business, before I even knew about online. And they always said, would you buy it even if there was no compensation involved? In other words, is it of value to you? Irresponsible, even if there is no compensation or something that you get from it, other than it is something that you find of value for one reason or another. In a health and wellness, it would be maybe nutritionals of some sort. In a travel business, it might be that you are enjoying travel. That's something you love to do, and you get to do it at a discount because of the products that you offer. And then there is what I'm involved with, which is tools and training online. People need to do certain things, and there's a better, more leveraged way to do it. And so everything that I use and show people that I use it for myself because it is of value to me. I don't use it just so that I can show you. I use it because I use it. If I had a problem I wanted to solve, I go looking for a solution to that problem. And then after I found the solution, I share it with someone else. That is how I like to do business. That is a better way to do business. First of all, though, you have to decide that your own results are the only results that are going to matter. If your results are not as good as they could be, then you need to step up the game. But you cannot pin it on anyone else. And I had a little bit of a mourning session for a few days because of some people that decided to give up. And I thought they were leaders, and I found out they weren't. It's really hard because you really think that they can do more with their lives than what they're doing. And especially if someone goes back to basically a full-time job, One person decided he was going to become a web designer again for someone. And do basically that's a 9 to 5 or 14 hours, whatever, but that's an hour intensive job you're doing for someone else. You can never leverage it because you can only work so many hours. And when you're done with the hours you can work, you're done. And you're exhausted and you have to give up. So you don't have any leverage at all. What makes network marketing and most affiliate companies really work for people is that you get a lot of people doing a small amount of stuff. I don't want you to spend thousands of dollars with me. I want you to spend a small amount with me. And I want a whole bunch of people to do the same. And as that happens, those people get excited too and do the same thing themselves. And that is called leverage. They duplicate themselves and there's more people doing work and you get a benefit from those amount of people that are doing the work. That is how you build your business. But there are going to be some that say they want to do what you have offered and yet they don't take the action or they don't sustain it and they let go of it and they lose their dream. And you can't let yourself lose your dream just because they do. So you can only depend on your own personal activity and your own personal drive. Is your dream big enough that you'll let those disappointments not get in the way? Because they can become a big stumbling block. Don't let those stumbling blocks kill your enthusiasm and your excitement about what you are doing. That's what I have to share with you today. I hope you found this of value. And of course, you can see I do have a YouTube tutorial I did earlier. Go ahead and click that if you want to learn more. Bye for now.